Teresa Conroy, Learning Evaluation Director in Milwaukee, and just wanted to share some tips with you. Over the past 4 years, I have been working in the L&D community in Milwaukee, and learned a lot over the past few years, so I wanted to share some of my advice. First, some of the resources that are shared with all of us, the AmeriCorps Curriculum Map. Thank you to those of you who created it and continue to expand on it. We in Milwaukee really appreciate that. One thing that we do is localize the trainings based on like the timing throughout the year when it's suggested, and then we make sure that we implement it really well here, and it helps with our like scope and sequence of our calendar year. Another resource that I have found, it's kind of a hidden gem. It's the FY13 L&D Operational Playbook. In FY13, that seems like ancient time in City Year, but in reality, it has like a lot of resources around adult learning theory. I've used a lot of the content there to dig a little deeper and then train our staff as well on how we can be more engaging in the training space, think about what we can do for our core members to make it more hands-on and like problem solving versus delivering information and content. So I really liked to read the L&D Operational Playbook. In there is a link to sample training calendars, and that sample training calendar, there's one that really helped plan our entire year and was really game-changing for us. So we have an Excel spreadsheet that goes through the entire scope and sequence of our year, and then what I ended up doing was detailing every week of BTA and then every month of the year. We have Friday trainings throughout the year, and then during BTA we do 3 full weeks, Monday through Friday, and then in September we kind of scaffold the trainings to taper off to just Fridays come October. And the sample training calendar really helped with the layout of all of that, so I appreciated the creation of that. Another resource that I stumbled upon a little late in the game was Max Clow's IJ video. It's a 4-minute video that explains the process and experience of IJ in a way that me, not coming from the core, didn't fully understand. And like unfortunately and regretfully for our core members, it was one of the IJ was one of the trainings that when somebody would come up to me and say, hey, I need 30 minutes for this in front of the core, can you squeeze me in somehow? I tended to pull out Unity Rally and IJ from the calendar, and I really regret that now. Knowing a little bit more about power and idealism and about the flame of idealism, I recognize how both of those, Unity Rally and IJ, are really beneficial for our core members. So I've been more intentional about creating that space and making it sacred time for our core members to be able to discuss their core experience. I also know about myself that I tend to take on too much. And I think about like how we can make our projects and initiatives better without really thinking through what that means for our staff. So one of the other pieces of advice that I would share is that you should delegate and leverage your senior core. Senior core are extremely talented leaders. They are ready and willing to take on so many different projects for the site. And one thing that we've done specifically is assign 3 of our senior core members who don't have a coordinator role to the like L&D world. So I have 2 that help with the logistics and coordination of our Friday trainings, and then 1 that helps with our like events, so like BTR, Mid-Year Summit, Spring Break Camp, and like Graduation Week, to really make sure that the core experience is like on the front of everybody's mind. Our senior core can do that in such a like better way than I can. Another thing that we do to improve our trainings is that we seek feedback. We have a like tracker that core members complete after every session, and then I will tag the facilitators of those trainings to read the feedback, as well as send an email out to the core letting them know this is what we heard, this is what we're going to change, and here's how we're thinking about your feedback moving forward. So that feedback, I think that part, letting them know what we're doing, is the most important piece that I'm going to try to do even like more this year as well. And then my last bit of advice would be to require staff participation in the training space. our training is fundamental in core member success. So our staff need to be fully invested in it too. So we have a coach and a participant sign up for every training that we deliver. It allows for the facilitator to improve their training techniques because they know that there's going to be a staff member or senior core member giving them some feedback on how the delivery went, as well as they are holding each other accountable to just do high quality training for our core members. So that's all the advice I have, but I also really just want to thank this community. I don't know if you realize it, but I definitely steal from all of you from our resources on CY Connect regularly. So I really appreciate having access to our cooperative materials, and am impressed again with the fantastic work we all do across the country. So if you have any questions or want to reach out more, I'm always available. But thank you. I hope you enjoy your BTA. Have fun.